Welcome back, rock stars. All right, cool. Yeah, never do that again. That's fine. All right. Anyways, welcome back. And we're working on our music website, HTML and CSS mockup with this parallax effect. Last video, we wrote just HTML for our nav bar, our main content area, and our 3 artists tiles. And today, in this video, it's still today here. It's the future where you are. But we're going to have this local concerts table over here, and then we're going to have this nice grid down there, and have this cool footer that we're going to put in as well with some other data. And then after that, after we finish the HTML for that, we're in another video, we're going to style all of it, and it's going to look awesome. All right, so here's what we have so far. We've got the content for most of it. We're going to finish up the content here, and then we're going to style it in the next video. All right, so we finished up our artists tile. I'm going to collapse this section just because it's a lot of HTML. I'm going to collapse my nav bar too and my main landing tile. But we have these nice comments that tell us what's going on here, so we don't have to be concerned or confused. But we're going to keep on writing after this. So after our artists tile, we're going to make a local concerts area. So local concerts. Neato. And of course, we're going to start with a section because it's a new section. We're going to have a class local dash concerts. And the ID is going to be concerts. Okay, so notice when I press tab, that auto-populates that, automatically fills it out. It's pretty neat. We're going to start out with a div. And that's going to be the concert container. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want our table to fit into a certain space inside of my concerts section. So if we go back to our website that we're trying to make, this entire kind of grayed out space is my section, right? But notice that this stuff, there's a space here, right, between my table and the edge. And that's because I've got this whole thing inside of another box. And that's what we just made. That's that div that we just made, that concert container. And so we can squish that container in a little bit so that we have some padding and some margin around the edges so that it's not completely wall to wall, so to speak, on our browser. So we're going to press enter here, and we're going to have an H2, and that's going to say local concerts. Also, just a reminder that this ID concerts is what allows the nav bar to scroll down automatically to this spot, which is kind of cool. And then we're going to have H4, and that's going to say Townsville has a vibrant music scene. Plug in here. Man, that's just such a music-y thing to say. Plug in. All right. We're going to make a table. Wow, I've never heard of this before. We haven't done this yet. This is new. How exciting. So we're going to have, there's a couple of different kind of terms that go with our tables. You have to first declare that you're making a table, right? So it knows kind of what to look for and what to read. And then we're going to start out with a table row, okay? And so this first table row is going to have 3 other things in it, and those are going to be TH, or table heads, or headers. And if we go back to here, you'll notice that these headers are underlined and bolded. They're just a little bit styled a little bit differently because they are the top item in each column. And we started out by declaring a row, so everything here is going to be in this row until we are finished. So let's have a look at this. So we're going to start out with a table header. We're going to have artist. We're going to do it again. Venue. And what date are they playing? Right? So we should see that populating down here now. Artist, venue, date. And again, we haven't styled this at all, so this will look a little bit interesting for a bit. But we will style it and spread it out and make it pretty in a moment. I'll show you guys how to do that. So there's our TR. We're going to make another row. And we're going to have a TD, I guess, like you could think of it as like a table data item. Alfred's lunch. And then TD Eastville juggler. That's going to be our venue. Okay, so our first thing is going to tie in with our first header. So the artist is Alfred's lunch, and the venue is the Eastville juggler. And then our last TD is going to be 08.17.21, If that's not the way you like your date format, please don't call me to complain. We have another table row with Under Tripoli as the band name. Again, that's going to be at the Eastville Juggler. And then we'll have the following day, the 18th. 8/18/21. All right, let's see what that looks like so far. So now it's kind of spread out a little bit. This is really all bunched together. Like there's no space in between things. Okay, but notice that the artist, venue, and date automatically spread out to accommodate our data items, our data tables, whatever it was I was trying to say earlier. Another TR. We want to populate this. We gotta show that we got a good music scene in our town, right? In Townsville. So next we have the odd band name of Seminole Jaundice and the food. Nothing makes me think of food like jaundice. At the Hilltop Underground. It's underground, so you know it's cool. And the date is going to be also on the 18th. Woo! Okay, I'm going to keep doing this a few more times. I'm going to copy paste a few of these in. And so you can look at the code and pause the video and copy paste along, or just type along with what you see. So there we go. Okay, so we have Seminole Jaundice in the food. That's what we just finished with. And I copy pasted all of this right here. This needs to go back a spot. There we go. We have Island Trading at the venue. Acoustic Raptor with the Laughing Universe at the Eastville Juggler on the 19th. The Floral Dutch on the Hilltop Underground also on the 19th. And then Bagpipe of the Heather, one of our local featured artists, at the Hilltop Underground on the 20th. And that's the end of our table. So that is that section. I am going to stop this here, and we're going to have a look at grids and how grids work. There's a specific video for CSS grid that we should look at before we move on to creating a grid here, so that you guys have a little bit of practice with how grids work. And we will work on fleshing the rest of this out after you have watched that. So go find the CSS grid sandbox work, and I'll see you back here in a little bit.